YouTube on the same time. Boom. That's pretty dope.
We live on all three?
We're live on all three.
Good day.
Technology. We'll wait a couple minutes for some people to start logging in. Do we have, is this thing queued up? In case people start asking questions.
Phone, so my phone's
you can't use, my phone's over there.
I'll grab your phone
right,
so
thanks.
we can loose Instagram up.
Just loose this morning, aren't we? Cool. Let's see what's
we're pretty
happening.
loose.
12/12. What day is it?
Thursday.
It's Thursday. I woke up this morning thinking it was Friday, and the tour's happening tomorrow.
Scary for a sec.
Oh my god! Oh dude, I was terrified. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I kind of wish you were gonna be here tomorrow, because you'd be good at doing a you'd be really good at doing a tour.
I'll come up.
Like giving a tour. You want to come up?
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, 8 a.m.
Okay. I'll put it down.
8 a.m. Cool. All right. Oh, there we go. Hey, you got a couple people.
We should mention that too.
The tour? Yeah. It's on the docket.
Okay.
We got a flyer. The flyer's sitting over there. What's up, everybody? You know what we should do eventually? I think it would be great is to do a split screen with someone, whoever chimes in. Maybe not now, but sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. I was out with a couple of buddies. We were at Loon Mountain and we were doing a live feed.
Yeah.
And one of the kids, Brody Sanderson, awesome dude, lives in Utah now. His mom was watching. Her name's Lisa. She's a sweetheart, and she didn't really know what she was doing, but she hit the request to go live with us, and so I was like, yes. And so we went live with Sanderson's mom when we were at Loon Mountain, and from then on we were calling her Livestream Lisa. She's just the greatest lady. But it was funny. Livestream Lisa. What's up, everybody? I'm Gov from thehouse.com. I'm here with two awesome guests. We have Tim Chesterman, and we also have Steph and Jendy. You guys have seen Jendy on before. This is Tim's first time.
Yep.
Tim, how you doing, buddy?
Thanks for letting me come on.
Dude, we're live on 3 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram.
Crazy.
That is
big deal.
Really crazy.
Yeah.
Huge props to Peter, of course, and Tim, and Jendy, and Scott, and Maddie, and Siddons for all making all that stuff happen. The studio looks the way that it does because there's a lot of hardworking people behind it. It's not just me and my dumb mug in front of the camera all the time. A lot of other people do make this all happen. So thanks, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we're live, and we have a couple things to talk about. We have Jendy on because he's going to walk us through a couple of the cool little giveaways that we're doing. Stefan runs the social platform. You may see us and follow us. If you're probably following us on Instagram, you're probably seeing this, but you're going to see some really fun stuff coming out this season. And then Tim is jumping on board because he wears a lot of hats. What's your official title?
Quality control for the website.
Quality control, and he does a damn good job at it too. So Tim has pulled a couple of questions that often get asked across all of our platforms, kind of.
Yeah.
And we wanted to just kind of introduce them, have them on board, and show some faces of people of influence that are here in the house. So, Jendy, we got some giveaways. We wrapped up one the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, we wrapped up the Do Tour one.
The Do Tour. Did I win?
I don't know who won yet.
Me neither.
I didn't know. We have to see who Maddie selected or
got it. Got it.
Box. So.
Hopefully it's you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's you guys. So we have 2 other giveaways that we're kind of pushing right now. Which ones?
So we got the LibTech or the Mervin giveaway. We got LibTech Cold Brew and GNU top to bottom. Yeah. That we're giving away. That ends sometime tomorrow, I believe. Okay. So be on the lookout for that. If you're on Instagram, that you've probably been blasted with it the last couple days. But yeah, so that ends tomorrow, and then we're doing a DC giveaway, and that's the black.
Yes, this is sick.
Yeah, but how many models does that have?
There's 56 total of this black version board.
Yeah.
56. That's it.
So we just started that, so that will be on the lookout for that post.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool too. So the DC has a board out this season called the 156. Yeah. It's only one size, 156. And they made a special edition black version of the board. There's only 56 of them, and they're hand marked on which number you have. This is number
39.
Number 39.
So wood top sheet, right?
Wood grain top sheet.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but
yeah, it's pretty. It's lightweight too.
Is it?
Yeah. See, I'm almost too big to ride the 156.
Yep. We also have a nitro giveaway too that we're doing. So
we do have a nitro.
Yep. We're giving away a beast.
Oh, the Marcus Cleveland board.
Yep.
Cleveland.
Not the. Well, technically, I don't think it's his board because he rides the Vulcan one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
We're giving away the non-Vulcan one.
Okay.
So
the better one.
The better one. Yeah, that's what's Marcus Cleveland, Aero Attila, and Torger Bergman. Is that how you say his last name?
Must be.
Yeah, that's their pro model board that they use. So.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And designed by them, and those. I think that's why it's called the Beast, because if all those dudes are insane.
All of them are pretty beastie.
Yeah.
That whole nitro team is like crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And the Rome guys like Gimbal God and like all those shots.
Yeah, Stolly.
Jeez, Stolly Stonbeck.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time I saw him ride was 2010 at Junior World Championships. He won it. He was like 14.
Yeah.
Slayed. So
I got to see him and Gimbal God ride at Holy Bully last year.
Oh, I bet.
It's crazy watching, because he's, Gimbal God's just flowing through spin. He's just trying to keep up with Stolly. Not trying, he's keeping up with him, but he's more worried about the film. So the riding is
yeah.
I mean, if you've ever seen behind the scene clips of him, he's it's crazy when he's sending big jumps with him.
Yeah, huge. He gets landed on. That almost happened to you yesterday with Brady.
Yeah.
Brady Lemon almost landed on you.
Yeah.
It's a good shot.
Yeah.
Really? Right? Hey, so I want to, there's another cool shout out. What's up, George? If we could collectively ask each other, who's the funniest person here at the office in the shop?
I don't know.
Probably George.
I think George would be.
George is the funniest damn guy. Congrats, George and Leslie. They just had a child, so good job.
Yeah.
Hope to see you guys back. They're on maternity leave. How long are they gone for?
Just after Christmas, I think. Come back.
Just after Christmas? 14 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Good deal.
I'm gonna have like a dozen kids, so I'd have like 2 years off. I just keep having kids. Sorry guys, sorry.
I think Sarah's gonna feel about that.
She'd be stoked. We'll have at least 15 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. Gotta get started. Error. Tap to retry. Okay. Also, we got turn 2 questions. So if you guys have been on our website, you should probably go there and buy your stuff. Buy all your stuff. Otherwise, just come into the shop and buy it because we got some rad dudes. But on our product pages, we have a question and answer section. Yep. What is that thing, and why do we have that?
It allows people to place questions, and it's not a computer answering the questions. It's you, or it's me, or it's somebody else that knows the product. Yeah, or Scott.
Yeah.
People who know the product try to answer the questions as best they can.
Right.
But we get a lot of really similar questions.
A lot.
And that's fun. But for example, people have been asking about the Forum snowboards that we have. We have 2 Forum snowboards.
Boom.
Right?
2.
And I've had a lot of questions about, is this legitimate? Is this for real?
Yeah.
And tell me about them. So you are the expert. Tell us about the Forum boards.
Yeah.
Let's see these things quick.
Yeah, we got 2. So, yeah, there's a lot we can say about them. There's a little bit that we can't say. But Burton bought Forum back in the day, right? I don't know, 2010-ish, I think. And then kind of discontinued the line right around 2014. But they released some Forum boards for this year. The Youngblood and the Destroyer. This one's a Youngblood. Youngblood. They are pressed and made by Burton Snowboards with the kind of showcasing Forum. And it's basically the unreleased public graphics from 2014, which I think is pretty cool because we got in 14, you can see this by kind of going back into our YouTube channel. We actually had these graphics boards. These aren't old boards. These are new 2019 boards with kind of like a re-release, unreleased public graphic. So this one's the Youngblood, which features like kind of like camber between the feet with little flat zones. And then we've got this one over here. This is the Destroyer. It's got like full camber. This one has Tri-X glass. This one has Bi-X glass. Both are super dope. The bases are really cool. I like the Destroyer's base the most. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking, like, dude, like Forum, like, are you guys, is the house making them? No, the house is not making these boards. Burton is making these boards.
And Burton still owns the label. Forum.
That's right. Yep, Burton owns the label, so you'll see the channel system. It comes in Burton like sleeve packaging, and I don't know, for all the people out there who had followed Forum in their heyday, the Forum 8 team, and then all the movies that they made, you're gonna love these things. So,
what's your favorite Forum movie?
My favorite Forum, probably Fuck It.
It's a good one.
Yeah, you know, like that's the name of it. I'm not gonna censor that out.
Yeah.
How about you?
Resistance.
Resistance? Yeah, JP's part in Resistance is bonkers.
Just because that's like that was the first video I ever owned.
Was it?
Yeah. Like first like physically that I like bought from a shop. Like I've seen other videos at friends' houses, but that was the first one that I like.
Yeah. What year was that?
99 or 2000? I think it probably was like 2000 when it came out.
Was that the year that JP in his part Backcountry he goes like backside double misty or frontside double under? That was like
I think that was in True Life.
Was that in True Life?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go back and watch those parts.
Yeah. Where's Scotty P? He probably knows.
Yeah, Scotty P. Are you on? God, I hope Scotty P's on.
Yeah.
Scotty P. Scotty P. He's like our most loyal follower. We're getting you in here Tuesday. Come in on Tuesday. Skip school.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that. But so we got foreign boards, and I think that's good.
Okay, my next question, I'm going to pull the board out because, and I apologize, it's kind of a technical question, but people have been asking me the difference between the channel system on an adult board and a channel system on the youth board.
Yes.
Okay? Yep. And what I want to know is what the difference is, and can you use adult bindings on the youth channel board?
That's a tough question. It is. I would not put adult EST bindings on any Burton Youth board.
But you can use the reflex.
But you can use the reflex.
What's the difference?
So here's the deal. The reason I say you shouldn't use EST bindings on a youth smalls board with adult bindings is that sure you might be able to mount it, but you won't be able to put any angles on it. It's not recommended at all.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's kind of tricky because there's a kid, Loose Boots Lundeen used to be his Instagram name. Drew Lundeen, awesome kid, rides Afton. He rode the 145 Burton Custom Smalls wide with a pair of reflex adult bindings. Now you can get away with that, but there's not very much room for changing the width of your stance because the youth board channel systems are a lot shorter than the adult version boards. So you can get away with adult reflex bindings on a youth board.
Cool.
But I wouldn't even recommend that either. Just stick with the smalls. Otherwise, just bump a size up in a board, and then just get the adult small bindings.
Perfect. I get that maybe 3 times a week.
Do you get that a lot?
Yep. So the other question I get constantly is base colors may vary.
Oh God.
Okay. And so why do we post that on the website? And why do companies have bases other than what's in the picture?
Yeah, that's a solid question, and I can understand why it can be confusing. Okay, base colors may vary, and every shop is like this. You can let's say you grab this foreign board off the shelf, right? This isn't a die cut base, but let's just say, for instance, companies and brands do a thing called die cut bases where they take colors, kind of like puzzle pieces, and they place them on the base. So for instance, this foreign board has black font and like a red background. To save waste, manufacturers do a thing called flip-flop. They flip-flop the bases. So some boards may have the exact opposite color. So it may be a red font with a black background. Now, the question that people often ask after that is, can I choose my base? No. Nope, sorry, you can't choose your base. We'll pull off a rack in the warehouse and surprise. Deal with it. It's a snowboard. You either get one color, you get the other color. Too bad, too sad.
But the first time you use it, your base.
I know that sounds kind of harsh, doesn't it? But yeah, that's a flip flop. That's a flip flop base. Yeah. You know, it's kind of cool because you see someone else on the hill with the opposite one. Like, yo, high five. We may have the opposite parts. We may be brother and sister.
And
we may be twins, right? Kind of like Harry Potter's wand and Voldemort's wand.
Yeah.
You know, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why we took the flip flop off too, like the opposite, and we only show one base now.
Do we?
Yeah, because people would like buy it and then they would get it and then call
Why do I have the white base?
And then they would be like, oh, I really wanted the white base, or like, and it's the base color may vary kind of thing is I mean the boards that were crazy back in the day were the weapons, K2 weapons.
Roller weapons?
The WWWs.
Yeah.
Because they like the amount of die cut they had, the bottom was like completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look up like a 2013 weapon, like it's all over the place. And if they were throwing that away, like they would be wasting so much stuff.
Right.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But people are like complaining because they were some stuff like the logo would be like blue on one, and then but there was like 8 different colorways. because they did like so many different bases.
So many different die cuts.
So it was like, well, of course you're not going to throw all that extra scrap away. You're just going to use it.
Yeah.
Like,
so bases may vary. They may vary.
And then it would be really confusing on a website too if you like separated them completely, because then you would end up with
another
like
product.
Yeah, there'd be a whole nother product page for each different base color.
That.
And you'd just be like, well, why is this one different than this one? Other than people would just get confused.
So it just is what it is then.
Yeah.
Okay. It is what it is. Basically, and then to add on to that question, another one that comes up is blem. Is blems on your?
Blem is not on my list, but people do ask about the blem. So explain that quick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, side note, real quick on that base color may vary. We also don't choose the bases we receive.
No,
the vendors just send us. Like they do what we do to like the customers. We just pull them off the rack. They just send us the sizes. If it's could end up with like if it's a black and white flip flop, we could end up with all the whites for some odd reason and no blacks.
Right.
So we're not like the customer's the same way. We're essentially the same as the customer.
Right. Exactly. And that's the same thing with like back order stuff. Like sometimes people order online. You live in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a shop, so you come to us, and I'm super grateful and thankful for that. Of course, you know. I don't know where I was going with that. I just totally lost that train of thought.
Let me take it. Next question, and I have two left for you, is mounting pattern.
Mounting pattern.
So on a standard snowboard that has the 4-hole mounting pattern, on our website we list it 2x4 or 4x4.
Yeah.
But if they're compatible and you can use them, why do we show them as different, and what's the difference between them?
Got it. 2x4 and 4x4 patterns are different in the way that 2x4 is really, really, really close together. Okay, that's the basic version of it. They're really close together. There's a lot of different stance options with a 2x4 board. 4x4 basically is just skipping every other insert. Usually the 4x4s are a little bit. They're the same number, but usually the inserts are like kind of longer and drawn out. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Are they compatible? You have to kind of check with the binding manufacturers, like specs. Usually they're always compatible. They're always. 60% of the time it works all the time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. See, and that's the troubling thing. Is like, so there's so many brands that have mini discs now. Like, okay, is a mini disc compatible with 4x4? Usually yes,
but not always.
You're like stretching.
But not always. So, but that's like, so if you're ever on like a product page, you gotta look at the product page in the specs area. It says compatibility. It'll say 2x4, 4x4, or channel.
Yeah. It's like when Burton was doing the 3D bindings.
Oh yeah.
3D hole patterns. Like that was like confusing because people would buy the Burton bindings and then try and stick them on.
Most binding manufacturers, 90% of binding manufacturers make bindings that are compatible with 2x4, 4x4, and channel. There's 10% out there that are not compatible with channel, and 10% that are not compatible with 4x4.
Still,
like very, very, very minimal.
Yeah,
very minimal.
Okay, and my last question for you guys today, and I apologize because I get it
no.
probably 100 times a week, is somebody will post onto a snowboard, can I do butters? Can I butter with it? And it makes us laugh when we get it. So what I want from you is what are you looking for in a snowboard that's ideal for doing presses and butters?
That's a great question. What do you think, Jenny?
Well, if you're a lighter person, you're probably going to want a softer board.
Right.
Like, that's stiffness is what it comes down to. But, like, generally speaking, even, like, somebody who's, like, a seasoned rider is going to have a stiffer board. Because they don't want to be like leaning into a press really heavily or butter or something,
right? And
then have the board what we call is like loop out or like the noodle, where you like land and there's so much weight on that back tail, it just goes, it just shoots out and springboards you off the landing.
Right.
So there's like, it all depends on like, in my opinion, it all depends on like rider, like size, weight, and then also like how good of a rider they are.
Yeah.
Like, almost always, if the question is, can you do butters on this board? The answer is yes.
Yeah, you can do butter on any board.
It can.
Yeah, basically, you could take a Rosinal XV, you could take a Custom X. You could do some butters on it, but it's going to take a lot of effort to do it. A lot of effort.
Stiffer board means
Yeah, but you're right. The weight factors in. If you're a heavier person, like I weigh about 215, if I jumped on that 156, I kind of shifted my weight towards the tail or the nose, that thing would way flex out. But you guys weigh less than I do. It'd probably take more effort, more energy for you to press that board than it would be me. Yeah. So weight is a big one. And then profile shape. Most flat or rocker or any kind of hybrid shape with like rocker on the nose and tail boards are gonna flex a lot easier because the natural bend of the board goes that way. And then same way with like kind of like a concave or spooned out nose and tail shape. Like just Battalion TBT, right? Like they lift up the contact points. Any board that has raised up contact points in any manner is probably gonna flex and like butter around smoother because that edge isn't in contact with that snow. That's probably
if you're
those two things.
Yeah, if you're really looking for a board that butters, one of those. Yeah, like a triple base or like
TBT from Battalion.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we get into like the flex, like the constructions of the flex. Usually like a single wood core, like poplar or aspen or something like that. And then biax fiberglass. That's fiberglass that runs at 0 degrees and at 90 degrees. That's really torsionally soft because if you put your foot down and you can torsionally flex up your back foot, that's not like not touching the surface that you're riding, it actually can like twist the edge up. So, like you can be like buttering around the snow and you can actually have one foot planted and the other foot kind of just does this back and forth as you're spinning around. That helps a board butter too.
Like perfect. Yeah, for instance, like Marcus Cleveland. The knuckle butters, that he does like those tricks.
Mental.
Like that board is not a soft board. Like it's like a medium to stiff flex.
Yeah, the Beast?
The Beast. Yeah, like so, but he's able to like really lean into that, and that allows you to, when you have a stiffer board, you can really like lean into him. Whereas like a softer board, you'll loop out just because you'll just like fold it essentially.
That's right. Yeah, I like how you said that too. Like if you're like a more advanced rider, like you already know how to like shift your weight and put your weight where it needs to be to do a press. If you get on too soft of a board, you can go like fold over over the top.
One of my buddies, James, we were out at Giants Ridge, and he was riding the Spring Break.
Okay.
And have you ridden a Spring Break before?
The Slush Slasher.
The Slush Slasher, yeah. They're pretty soft board.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember he went off like a knuckle, and he nollied, and he didn't anticipate, like literally first run on it, nollied.
Oh, no.
Just went over the top because it just folded. Yeah.
Oh no.
He wasn't prepared for like the.
How soft it was on the nose.
Yeah. So like you got to be careful, obviously, with that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, but
it all varies.
That's pretty fun. How many people got watching? Got a couple people watching. Hey. Dude Yost, the amount of money I've spent on your site is ridiculous and will continue to go up. Laugh my ass off. Dude Yost, you're the man.
Yeah.
Thanks for buying from us, man. Stoked that you're watching.
We got a question on Facebook.
What do we got?
Nice and loud. I can't hear anything.
So, any solutions for boots that cause feet to go numb? I bought size 9, and immediately my foot and toes go numb. Size down to size 8, and now it comes and goes.
So he's a size 9. He had size 9 boots. Yeah. His feet would go numb, and then he went down a size?
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
What's the person's name?
I'm trying to get some more support.
Alex.
So in that situation, you'd go up to like a 9.5?
Well,
tighten your boots too, like if you have.
If his, I don't know. If his feet are going.
Boots.
Which boots?
Burton Mint boots, and he did the heat molding.
Huh. Well, I would say usually if a person's foot goes numb, that means they're not getting any circulation.
Right.
Yeah.
So his boots are probably too tight.
Yeah.
Like one thing that I found is that if I tighten this section, the lower section of my boots, really, really tight, it cuts off the circulation to my toes, and that's when my toes go numb. So keep this section a little loose. Yeah, and your feet get cold if you have no blood circulation.
Yeah.
Keep this section just a little bit loose, and this section, the upper section, tight. That would probably help, but it wouldn't go down a size.
Yeah,
it depends, like.
Yeah.
You want your feet to be touching the tips of your liner, but not this far away, and definitely not like smashed in.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
What would you guys do?
That's what I would.
I like that.
Yeah, I like to have like barely enough room in the toes.
Right.
Like just enough where like your toe is like touching the top of the liner.
Yeah.
Anything more, it's like it's uncomfortable to ride with your feet like crammed in like that.
Totally.
And you lose, like you were saying, your feet get cold because you lose circulation. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but too big then too, you just feel like you're swimming in them.
Yeah, your foot's moving around inside the liner.
Yeah.
I have a size 11 boot, I have a true 11 foot, and I used to size down to like 10.5. And there's some boots that have more triangular toe boxes and they run a little smaller than true. And I used to cram my feet into some boots, and my toes at the end of the season would they'd all be black and blue, from just cramming them in.
What company offers the most room up in the toe box? The biggest
in the toe box? Probably Burton. I think Burton's have like the most squared out toe box. Burton and Solomon probably the most squared out. I think the most kind of triangular that I personally kind of go up a half size in is DC and 32. Like the last that they use for my shape of foot is like it's a little too pointy.
Okay.
Yep. What about you guys?
I ride 32 or Burton's. I mean,
you ride Burton's?
Imperials, but I've ridden like Lash for a long time too, and those never caused any issues for my foot.
None.
Yeah.
Yep. Good question.
The other question too. The other thing is too, if you're somebody who has like a size 13 boot,
right?
For me, I would say like recommend stick with the 13 boot. Don't size down, so like you don't have to toe drag.
Right.
Just get a mid wide or a wide board.
Get a wide board.
Or get like a volume shift board where it's already wide but it's a little shorter.
Mm-hmm. Most bindings can still handle a 13 boot, right?
Most
companies,
like a Sarge large.
Large. But when you get up to like 14, that's when you got to.
That's when it gets tricky. Now bindings. Which I recently just found out. Now bindings have the ability to put some really big boots in them. My size 11 in a size large, like it's the binding seems like it can hold a lot bigger boot than my 11 for sure. Yep. Yeah. Burton does a good job. Ride does a good job. If you have a size 14 boot or so, look into a binding that has like an adjustable footbed where you can lengthen that and an adjustable heel cup too. Mm-hmm. Those would probably be the two things I'm looking to with big boots.
That was Ride that was making.
What's that?
Ride had the big bindings for a while.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job at big bindings. Ride made a boot called the Bigfoot.
Which that's what it was. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that started out with like a size 16, but there wasn't really many bindings that could hold a size 16 boot.
Yeah.
You get those like seriously those NFL players, like those Vikings players would try to like ride, and it's like. Yeah, buddy, stay in the field. What are you doing? Yeah. Anything else?
Any others on there?
How about YouTube? You got any questions on YouTube? What's up, YouTube? What's your favorite platform? Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube?
For this kind of thing, I like YouTube. I like the questions you're getting there. I like the way it's posted.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're looking for, I guess.
Right.
We
got some heat for that sticker video, but yeah, dude. So we did this. I did this little how I set up my snowboard video, and Scott did this little excerpt of this how I put my stickers on, and I've got some pretty opinionated thoughts on sticker placement. So I put this video up on my personal Facebook and put it on Instagram, and then a couple of like very snowboard centric groups on Facebook, and like, dude, the comments were just flooded. Like, some was most love. The couple of guys were like, "I put my sticker on the middle of my nose of my board." I'm like, "Of course you do, nerd."
Just kidding. The new trend in stickers though is like down the middle.
I know. I noticed that. Yeah. That's like the artsy cool guy thing though. Like. Yeah, but try not to make it look like you tried.
Do you remember when stickers went die cut and everybody was like, if you didn't have a die cut sticker, you were...
Oh, yeah.
And now they're back to like...
Yeah, like slappies?
Yeah, slappies, yeah.
Slappies, that's where it's at. We got a lot of slappies.
We do have a lot of slappies.
You guys want some slappies, reach out. We'll send you some slappies.
Some stickers for sure.
What else? So we're going to start changing this, so you guys know. We're going to start changing the drops of the week and our Live for 5. Usually we go Live for 5 on Tuesdays. And then we do drops of the week here on Thursdays. We're going to kind of combine those together. We're going to talk about current events, kind of like what we're doing now, and questions and things that are us. And then we're going to do like highlighted products, like drops of the week. And we're going to do that on Tuesdays. At what time?
3:45 to 4.
3:45 to 4 o'clock. Cool. I think that'll be a good thing.
You guys will rock that.
Let us know if you think that's a good idea to move these lives, because a lot of people who at noon, they're either in school, or they're at work, and like
we are.
Yeah.
Like we are.
Yeah. 3:45, 4 o'clock. Then we got drops of the week though.
Yep.
We got drops
before we do drops of the week.
Yeah.
So you had somebody ask about the painting.
That's right. Okay, that's a good yes. So with our new little space. We have a lot of little knickknacks and stuff, right? Shred Mango art, some photography from Trevor Slattery, Stephen Gendy, a bib from USASA Nationals that we sponsored, and then we've got this rad painting of Scotty Whitlake. Scotty Whitlake, dope old pro, absolute ripper, mind of his own, bikes all over the place, and now I think he's traveling to South America in a van with his wife, right?
Yeah.
This is yours. You own that.
Yep.
What's the story behind you in that painting?
So that painting is painted by Morgan Peace.
Morgan Peace.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually got it from Riley Erickson.
You got it from Riley Erickson?
Yeah, I helped Riley move out of like a storage unit or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was like last fall, I think. And he was just like, we were just moving a bunch of stuff. He had a bunch of old DVDs, whatever. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, Chris, his wife, wouldn't let him hang that up anymore. Because he just got, well, I think that's what it was. Or he's like, Riley was like, yeah, with the kid and everything, like,
sure.
Like it's pretty, it's pretty gnarly looking photo or painting.
Yeah.
So Riley was just like, yo, he was like, I'd give it to somebody who like would be down and care about it and, like, and have a place for it. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, go and find a place in my house for it. And I live you've been to my house. I live in a pretty small, like, duplex and not a whole ton of wall space.
Sure.
So I was like, but, we're at a snowboard shop. Yep. Like, figured, I'd have it in here somewhere. And it's been just back in my office for the last year. And then we started decking this place out. And I was like, dude, that's, like, a solid spot for
it.
Like,
it's perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Riley, for that painting because it's sick, and Morgan obviously for painting it. It's
Morgan Peace. Does Morgan Peace still paint and
make art? I think if you follow him, I think it's just Morgan Peace. I think it's Pease.
Pease.
Yeah,
okay.
On Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll link it somewhere. So.
I wonder if Morgan would do commission pieces too. Probably. Get a lineup of pros or something. That's cool though, Scotty, man. I think I remember hearing a story. So Scotty I don't know if he still has a chipped tooth, but he got a chipped tooth, right? He was riding, and I don't know if this is all true. This could be urban legend. He chipped his tooth and he had like a nerve hanging from inside, and he took a file and just went to get rid of the nerve so it wouldn't hurt, like straight up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But he's a really good rider. He's got a pro model deck still with LibTech with the greenest board.
Yeah.
Yep. Morgan Peace though. That's a cool story though, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I might steal it. Take it to my house.
It's missing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's sick.
Right. There's you know what? Besides that too, and like kind of talking about like old school riders, there's something happening awesome tomorrow. You guys know what's happening tomorrow?
Vintage snowboard.
Vintage snowboarding. That's right. We're doing a thing tomorrow. So there's this awesome group of snowboarders, the Dig My Quiver community, the Vintage Snowboard Trader community, the Minneapolis St. Paul or the MSP Vintage Snowboard Traders. We're getting together and we're doing this thing. It's called the Vintage Session, right? Yep. That's Terrier. That's a nice little shot. We got a kind of a full day planned. You have to RSVP to it. I think RSVPs are shut down for a tour of the house. We're giving a tour of the house at 8 in the morning tomorrow. Don't just show up.
We're going to live stream that too.
We're going to live stream it too.
Instagram.
8 in the morning on Instagram.
Yeah.
But then at 10 a.m. we're going to go ride troll hogging, and everyone that's going to be coming, you have to ride. Vintage. You have to ride a vintage board.
So we're going to find you a Kemper board?
Right.
I think I might ride a black snow.
You're going to ride a black snow? Legit?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll hit up Cole and get a black snow.
That's heavy.
What are you riding?
I'm gonna ride that one. I'm gonna ride that 1993
really?
Burton 6.1. It's stiff. But then at 10 we're gonna go ride Troll, and then at 4 o'clock we're going to Up Down, an arcade bar in Minneapolis. And then at 6 o'clock, the new Burton store in Minneapolis is hosting a Dig My Quiver kind of meetup. So it's gonna be a full day of vintage snowboarders, bunch of old dudes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
We got Sculf on Sunday.
And Sculf at Trollhagen on Sunday.
Yep.
That's going to be a good one. What's Sculf?
Snowboard golf.
How do you play it?
So essentially they're going to set up different features. They're usually unorthodox features. They're not just like a flat bar that you have to do a trick on. Like if you go look at like the Loon Mountain one, I think it was, they did where like you came in on moguls, like to run up to a down bar was like you went through a mogul field and you had to do like a switch 50 or something, and then the landing was moguls. So like, and then the way they do it is like they say, okay, well that probably will take you 4 tries. Like that's par, 4s, like 4 attempts. So it's like golf. However many attempts it takes, that's your score.
You want a lower score.
Yeah, and the lowest score wins.
Wow.
So yeah, if you land everything first try, you probably got a good chance of winning.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We had.
So I'm curious to see the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it invite only?
I'm not sure. I don't think it usually is, but I don't know for sure.
I don't know either.
That would be. I would say check at the Trollhagen site for that.
Right.
But yeah, it's Air Blaster does it, and we all know Air Blaster. They like to do fun things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Sculf. It's interesting. You know, I really hope Jamal and Garrett McKenzie are going to do it.
I would assume so.
I hope so too. It's like 2 riders that last week we went out and did a live feed, and we did the spinny wheel. There's 14 tricks on it. Like those guys landed like every trick first try. It was mental. Scott, looks like do you have more questions?
Oh no, I was just stoked on the Jamal.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, cool. Well, I think let's just kind of wrap this one up.
Good.
Drops of the week. Yeah, we got drops of the week.
Yep.
So the original idea behind the going live, or one of the sections, was drops of the week, where we pick 5 products that really kind of stand out and that are awesome. Kind of the first one, I like the Chamonix board. This thing right here.
Sorry. Yep.
Okay, Chamonix. Chamonix is like kind of like a new brand. This is called the JV Squad. We had Matt Chase out on it last week at Highland, and he was absolutely thrashing. If you need a really nice board at a low price point, like the whole Chamonix lineup is sick. From park boards like the JV Squad to the Shemin, which is a POW board, to all mountain decks. Dope. Really dope, actually. And you can kind of like see through it. It has a really cool graphic done by the Ames brothers. That's like pick number 1. Thanks, Tim. Number 2, Crab Grab. If you guys don't know, do you guys ride with stomp pads?
Yeah, Crab Grab.
You ride stomp pads? So you put this little stomp pad between your bindings or between your feet. So when you unstrap, you have a little bit of traction. I like this bone one.
Yeah, I think
the bone one's pretty good.
I think Crab Grab essentially made stomp pads cool.
They did.
I think so.
Do you think what?
They made stomp pads cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Because before, like nobody, before Crab Grab, how many people did you see riding stomp pads?
Not very many, except for like in the early and mid '90s. There was a company called Aunt Mabel's and Beacon.
Yeah.
And those were dope, and they made some wild stomp pads, but it kind of faded out. And you're right.
Yeah, well, and all the stomp pads too were like the clear stomp pads, and like
they
were more like meant for just the use, like rather than those that are like a little more like fun and stylish. You have skate rails and grab rails and stuff like that.
That's
which is sick.
And you know it's cool because you can put this anywhere on your board. So if you have a hard time with your hand slipping out when you're doing a nose grab, boom, stick it right on top of the nose.
Yeah.
Bone it out. It really does help, actually.
Yeah.
If you put this, if you're gonna do a bunch of like frontside airs, it helps. Crab Grab. Number 2. Number 3. It's still in the package. But I own about a dozen pairs of these things. This is the Darn Tough sock. It's not really a snowboard specific brand. It's more of like I kind of say it's ski brand, but this is called the Vertical Sock. It's merino wool. They're made in Vermont, and they're actually kind of thin. Like some snowboard socks can be thicker in like the heel and the toe area, and they pack out eventually, and you get this weird thing. Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Especially when you're wearing them all the time.
Yeah. When you wear them all the time. And that's why I like these. They're like kind of one thickness throughout. They have a little bit of like arch, kind of like cradle, like a stitching. Dope. That's number 3. Number 4 is those things right there. That's the new Anon M4 magnetic goggles, which is pretty dope. They have like a little release tab right there. And they're also...
Do these come with a second lens?
It does come with a second lens.
Sweet.
Never used it.
There we go.
Before. See,
there we go.
This is good. I mean, they're not going to fall off when you slam.
That's right. They're not going to fall off. So that's a little thing. You're supposed to pull it from there and
you just
there.
push.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. Yeah, they don't fall off. They definitely don't fall off when you slam. And in addition to that is this thing. This is an MFI hood fleece. Here, slide this thing on. Model. This is our model today. Steph and Jendi. Looking good. Woo!
You put these on over?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do it underneath. So the cool part about this is it has the magnets on the bottom of the frame too. Right now. Oh, that's all right. You have the magnets on the bottom of the frame, and it connects that face mask to it, which is actually pretty dope. So you don't get any moisture inside.
It doesn't really fog up too bad, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's pretty great. And then lastly is this thing. This is kind of like a jacket shirt. It's like a Sherpa lined flannel from Volcom. The cool part about it is it's Sherpa lined in the chest, the back, and also the arms. There's a lot of kind of flannels out there that say they're Sherpa lined, but they only do like the chest and the back. This Volcom one, absolutely love it. And it has little side pockets too. It's kind of a shacket. You know what a shacket is?
Shacket.
Yeah.
Sure,
jackets are awesome, yeah.
Yeah, shackets are rad. So I really like these ones.
In the office, actually.
This thing's kind of cool too.
That is cool.
It's got like 2 extra.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I didn't even get the cinch thing.
It's nice. Like if you're gonna rock a goggle face mask combo, MFI is probably the best one.
If you're gonna, yeah.
Right. Cool. Well, awesome, Tim. Thank you for being the man.
Thanks for letting me come. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Jenny, thank you for being the man. Thank you guys. If you guys watched through all of this, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you don't already subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure to go check out that. And then, Jenny, remind the people about the 2 giveaways.
So we got the Mervin giveaway.
Yep.
And the DC giveaway. Well, there's also 3 giveaways, technically. Nitro giveaway, too.
The Nitro Beast, too.
And if you can find those 2, if you're on Instagram, in the highlights, too.
Okay.
So, like, where you go, if you go to our page and go to the highlights section for story highlights.
Sweet.
They're there, too. So, like, you don't actually have to wait for it to end up on the story.
Yeah.
Just go to the Instagram account, and you can just swipe up. It'll bring you to the page, and you can enter for both of them, all of them, whatever.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sick. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out more vids. And I'll see you guys around. Peace. See you at Trollhagen.
Yeah.
See you at Trollhagen.